Hello, good evening to everybody. You're welcome once again to Marsego Empire. We're going to have some friendly discussions today and see how we can use other means to enter Canada. I think most of our discussions were centered on using education as well as using work to enter Canada. Today we are going to have a look at another legal means of entering Canada. But before we start with the discussion, I want to use this opportunity to acknowledge two of my bosses that I have seen on the page. The first person I would like to acknowledge is one Mr. Asafo Martinson. Mr. Asafo Martinson was a teacher back in senior high school. He came to do his national service at Mafi Kumasi Secondary Technical School. Those days I was in high school. Those days I was struggling academically to be able to maybe be on top or be an average student, and he was a good friend. Those days he was always around me, guiding me, advising me, sometimes even taking me through some of the topics that we were taught. Mr. Safo, God bless you so much. And the second person is Mr. Bruce. Mr. Bruce is actually a PRO of Home Municipal Education Office. Bruce has been a good friend. I've also seen him on the page. God bless you so much. Now, let's move quickly to the topic for discussion. Today, we want to see how we can use conference visa to enter Canada. So, using conferences to enter Canada is one of the legal means of doing that. And for those who have been in maybe visas, in the world of visas, have been in the news researching about visas, most people who go to US, I don't know if it's back then or they still do, they normally use conferences to enter US. But I want to talk about how to use conference visa to enter Canada. And if you do not know, conference visas are actually official documents that are issued by governments to permit people entry, as well as to give them that official permission to be able to stay in the country for a specific purpose. So you see that. Now, the specific purpose for which these visas are issued are: one, people who want to attend seminars; two, people who want to maybe attend conventions, you see, and people who want to attend conferences. Seminars, conferences, and other events. Now, these events are normally attended by people who are professionals, people who are in academia, people who are in business, and people who are in health. So mostly these conferences are attended by these people. So you see that. So if you are a professional in academia, you are a professional in health, education, business, or human resource, and you want to attend an international conference, these conferences are places where people come together to share their knowledge on international issues. Maybe you want to attend conference in Canada on businesses, how maybe businesses are supposed to be managed in 21st century, or the effect of COVID-19 on businesses. Or you want to attend conferences on the new standardized curriculum that has been introduced maybe in US, in Canada, in UK, Germany. Then this conference will be held in Canada for maybe scholars in academia from these top countries, or stakeholders in education in these top countries, to share their views with other countries to be able to improve upon the standard of their education. So people from Ghana, maybe scholars or people in academia from Ghana, maybe Ministry of Education, Ghana Education Service, as well as teachers who were trainer of trainees during the implementation stage, will be given the opportunity to attend this conference to up their games. You see, so what do they have to do? They need to go through the processes to be able to have opportunity to attend these conferences. So it's actually a legal document, and they must attend this conference for a particular reason. So you see, now it is not a must that maybe these conferences that are normally held should be maybe a permission should be sought from your employer, or your employer should actually be the one to give you the permission to attend these conferences. If you are a teacher and perhaps they are going to organize a particular conference in education in Canada, in US, you can actually plan and attend this conference on your own. You don't necessarily have to be given the opportunity by Ghana Education Service, or you don't need to be there for Ghana Education Service to actually maybe nominate you to be part of the delegation that will be attending this conference. You can actually do that as a way of personally developing your knowledge in education. You are maybe a health professional and you've seen that maybe you are you are public health nurse in Ghana Health Service. Now, there is going to be a conference on modern ways of creating awareness on new emerging diseases in the rural areas. As a nurse, as a public health nurse, you can decide to attend this conference on your own. You see that this is just an opportunity for you to maybe meet other public sector or meet other public health nurses across the world at this international stage to share your views. So people who have maybe in-depth knowledge in these areas from other top countries, depending on where they are organizing this conference at, people who have top knowledge experiences, or people who find themselves in managerial positions in these countries will be coming to give a talk on them, will be coming to train other professionals from developing countries on what to do to be able to promote these diseases, to be able to create the awareness and all other things in these conferences. You see that? So if you are somebody who wants to attend, what are you doing? You are going to get top-notch information. You are going to have access to this information that most people may not be privy to. What are you doing? You are personally developing yourself. See that? So it's very, very, very important that we can do that. Now, before we go through some of the procedures that we need to adopt, let me be quick to say that if you are given an opportunity to enter these countries, I'm going to put it some way. If you are given an opportunity to enter these countries, some of these conferences can be a 2-day capacity building workshop, maybe a 5-day or a week convention on something, or a seminar for 2 or 3 days. Now, when people have access and come to these countries, what do? They don't just stay at the conference center for the entire duration and go back. Some of them are so smart to at least do some 1 or 2 things, have access to certain places and see what opportunities are there for them to capitalize on those opportunities and get stay in the country. You see that? Think about that and see. That clearly tells you that you can do so many things. You see, you can do so many things and use the conference visa to do so many things. Now, I have mentioned that these conferences are organized in education, they are organized in health, they are organized in business, they are organized for human resource personnel. It can be organized in mining, they can be organized in cybersecurity. All the conferences that are organized, they are organized for a specific purpose, and they cut across the various sectors of our economy. So if you are somebody who finds yourself in technology, there are conferences that are held there. Now, you need to be very careful in terms of which conference you attend. This is because everybody has some form of background. We all have our educational background. And when you are applying for the visa, you need to really show proof of document showing that indeed this particular conference is very important to you, and indeed you want to enter the country for what? That particular purpose. You are entering that particular country because the conference really has a way of what? Upgrading you. You want to just come to this conference to be able to have access to certain information that are relevant to what you are doing. Now, how can we attend these conferences? Number one, for you to be able to attend the conference, you need to register with the conference organizers. So there are 1,001 organizers in Canada that organize these conferences. Some of the conferences are organized in Toronto, we have Vancouver, we have Calgary, we have Ottawa. See, British Columbia, they are organized in most of the province capitals across Canada. The 10 provinces, there are conferences that are organized there. So you must register with the conference organizers and pay. I was checking on some of the conferences for 2024. We have conference for, I think, let me mention a specific one. I have one here. I even screenshot it. The thing has actually gone or what? Good, I've seen it. We have Third Global Conference on African Economy and Culture. Third Global Conference on African Economy and Culture. And this conference will be held between 10th to 12th May 2024. It's at Toronto. You see that? Now, these are the registration fee. Those who want to just come and listen, you'll be paying something like 600 Canadian dollars. Then those who want to be the actor, those who want to come and give speech, or those who want to be given opportunity to also put their views across, they'll be paying something like 700 Canadian dollars and what have you. So what do you have to do? The conference is in May. So by now, you should be able to register for this conference. Then it's like you are having about, let's say, 4 or 5 months ahead of you. You see, those who should be able to register for this conference are people who find themselves in what? Business. It could be a business relating to selling, import, export, and what have you, because it is on what? And this conference is held on what? The African economy and culture. So perhaps they're going to talk about how the cultural diversity in Africa is impacting businesses, or how we can use our culturally diverse continent to be able to promote our businesses. I'm only saying it. So you must register with the conference organizers, pay. You need to pay for what? For the receipts to be issued to you. They must give you the invitation letter. You see, now when you register and you've paid, the conference organizers are going to send the names of all those who have actually paid and will be attending, or the attendees of this conference. They'll be sending their names, their countries, to the Immigration Refugee Commission of Canada. That is the embassy responsible for granting visas. They need to send the names and their countries and all those particulars to to the embassy, so that when these people are actually applying for the conference, they are applying for visa to attend this conference, indeed the embassy will be able to ascertain and do their due diligence and know that indeed this person has actually paid and will be attending this conference. So pay the registration, and the payment should be the first thing you need to do. So once you register and you've paid, then the organizers will actually give you the invitation letter. You see that? Now, once you have had the invitation letter, then it means that you need to start with the visa application. You see that? So if you are somebody who is in education, or you are in health, you are in business, let's take a particular maybe sector. You are a health professional, you are a public health nurse in Ghana, and you want to attend this conference, maybe a conference relating to health. What do you have to do? Once they've given you the invitation letter, then you can go to your the administrator or what have you, show the invitation letter to them that you want to attend this conference, which is going to be centered around maybe how we can create awareness on emerging diseases in the rural areas. Show them, then they need to give you an introduction letter or introductory letter. So if you are a teacher, you also want to attend this conference, you can go to your district education office. I know some of the district directors may not give you this introductory letter. They may forward your letter to the regional education office. Then they give you the introductory letter saying that Kofi Ama with so and so staff ID has been working with Ghana Education Service or Ghana Health Service since 20 so and so, and you'll be attending this conference in Canada. And this conference is actually very important to this particular employee because it's going to help him improve upon his or her area. So you see that. So the director will say that they'll be very grateful if the embassy will provide all the necessary assistance to you to be able to attend this conference. So one, you've really shown that you have a proof, or you have shown proof of what? Employment. You see that? So if the introductory letter is given to you, you can actually even add your appointment letter, the letter that truly shows that you are giving the employment, you are giving the appointment to work with that particular sector. Then another thing you can also do is that if you serve a particular position, you are serving in a particular capacity, managerial position or what have you, and you've been issued an appointment letter, you can use that letter as well. You are a head teacher, you are a PRO, you are something. You can, the letter that was issued to you, you can use that letter as part of the document to prove that I'm a leader, I'm a supervisor or whatsoever in this position. So if you are somebody who runs your own business and you want to attend the third Global African Economy so conference, what do you have to do? If you have registered your own business, the registration document from Registrar General's department, you need to add the certificate as well as the Form C to the documents that you are going to submit to the visa officer. Now, another important thing is that you need to show proof of financial ability, or you need to show proof of funds. Proof of funds simply means that, yes, this is my bank statement I'm presenting to the embassy for them to know that I have enough money to take care of myself whilst at the conference, or to be able to get this in accommodation, guest house, hotel, or what have you, and be able to maybe feed myself and do some other things. You see that even the plane tickets also talks about that. So these are, you need to show the proof of funds. So you see that it's very, very, very important. Now, if you are somebody who has a family, you have a property, maybe you own some 5-bedroom house, your land, you have land property, or you have an asset in terms of land, or you have a house, you can equally use the document as also a way of showing ties. You are married, you can use your marriage certificate to also attach to this thing and show proof of ties to either to your home country, saying that I have this asset, I have this property, I have wife and kids back in Ghana. There is no way that when I come here, I won't return, because a lot of people use this as an opportunity, travel to these countries, and they don't go back to their home country. You see that? A lot. I know a lot of people who travels to US using this conference visa thing, and they don't go back. People travel to Canada using this conference thing, and they don't go back to their home country. So on paper, you can just use this as an opportunity to prove to the embassy that, oh, look at this, I'm working. Perhaps I'm a head teacher of this particular senior high school, or I'm the public relation officer of Ghana Education Service. So the conference I want to attend is on maybe human resource or capacity building for people who are into the communication department of maybe a particular profession. So I'm giving a good position. If you know you haven't taken loan, your pay slip is not filled with so many loans like how my pay slip looks like when I was in Ghana. My pay slip in Ghana, see, if I were to be in Ghana again, if I take loan, they may not even have a space to even write the name of the company I've taken the loan for, because everywhere was full up. If you are not like me, you haven't taken any loan, you have a clean pay slip, you've good salary, you can even show them your pay slip This is not compulsory though, but you just want to prove to them that indeed you are gainfully employed, they are paying good salary, and there is no way you'll be leaving your home country to this conference and never return. These are all things on paper. You see that? Now, so once you do this, you have all these things. You have your proof of funds, you have your bank statement, you have evidence of assets or evidence of property. You can show your family ties, that you are married, you have kids. There is no way you won't come back. Then you are good to go. And then you attach other documents. Then you just go to the IRCC website and just apply. You apply. They have education, study, visit, and all those ones. So you just go to under visit, because you are already visiting the country for a particular purpose. You see that? Now, so under visit, when you check in some of when you click visit, then you ask, is it for conference? Is it for tourists? Is it for business related activities? Then for conference, you just pick it. You see that? So you need to do this ahead of time. Let me also add this important information that there are, the embassy may have a specific time frame on their website saying that once you apply, you may be able to, they may make decision on your application within 2 months, within 3 months. That is not always the case. The 3 months depends on one, the number of applications that they receive. So assuming they have 1,001 applications that they are not able to meet the timeline, it means that the time limit may go beyond the 3, the 4, or the 5 months. Now, at times, this will affect the possibility of you attending this particular conference. And based on all the conferences that I have checked, most of them will not refund your money to you in case you couldn't meet the timeline. So in case your visa issuance delayed, what you can do is that if they approve your visa, what you can do is that you can book for a different conference. You understand? So if the first conference is in Toronto, you can book for another conference in Toronto, or you book it in Vancouver, Calgary, British Columbia, what have you. When you land at the airport and they ask you, the first one you've applied for was in Toronto, welcome. Yes, you can explain to them that actually the visa delayed, so you were not able to attend that conference, but you actually wanted to upgrade yourself, you wanted to build your knowledge in this particular area. So you've booked for another conference at a different place. You see that? Now, in terms of the documentation too, based on the conferences I've checked, some of them will issue you certificate, they may provide you snack and so many things. So during your visa application, you can actually book hotels in Canada. If you are coming to Toronto, there are hotels that you can book. You can go to booking.com. Booking, BOOKKING.com. 1,001 hotels are there. There are fees and all those. You need to check the requirement. Some of the hotels will not even take money from you up front. They will tell you to come to the country, come and inspect or come and see the rooms available. If you like, then you can pay and spend your nights there. So you can actually go to booking.com and book maybe hotels that are closer to the venue of the conference. Then you even use the booking attached to the document to apply for the visa. You see that? Then it tells the visa officer that this person is indeed serious. You see, he has already gotten a hotel or where he or she will be coming to reside, or maybe to spend the few nights at. You see that? Oh, sorry. Okay. So you've booked an apartment, or you book a hotel, or you book a guest house closer to you for the conference. So it gives them a lot of opportunity. So when you come, you know the way we do it. Make sure you have enough money. If you have, how will I even say it? If you have another agenda, have enough money, because when you check, most of the hotels will take $80 per night, $70, $60. $60 is about 600 and something Ghana cedis. You see, some of them per night. You see, and some of the VIP ones, they may be taking 1,000 to 1,500 per night, depending on who you are, depending on your financial ability. So you need to check this and be on top of them. Have enough money. If you are somebody who has a secondary intent, your intention goes beyond just attending this conference. You need to have enough money so that when you come, you'll be able to maneuver your ways out. And you see that most of these visas that they will grant you, you can't stay in the country more than 6 months. So you must have a plan B, that when you come and you are trying to maneuver your ways through, when things are not moving on well, you need to go back. You see, you need to go back. And let me also give you a clue that when you are even presenting the document, you can even book your flight ticket. You can book the flight ticket and not pay. You can book it KLM or whatsoever, but you don't have to book one way. One way is just coming to the country. So you need to book for a round trip, come in and you go back. Because on paper you are coming for the conference for 2 or 3 days and return the next 4 or 5 days. So you need to book a round trip, coming and going back. If you book only one way and you come to and you alight at the airport, when you meet the immigration officials, they are going to ask you, say you are coming for a conference. The conference lasts for 2 days, lasts for 3 days. How come you didn't book a return ticket? If you book one way, it means you are only coming. It means you will not go back. That can really affect you. So you need to book a round trip, coming and going back. If you didn't go, and I think such tickets last for 6 months. Within 6 months, you need to go back. So even if you come and you realize that things are not even moving on well, you can go back to your home country. At least you have a feel of it. Some of these visas last for 5 years, 10 years, and what have you. They can give you 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 8 years, and 10-year visa, so that you'll be attending a lot of conferences. Now, let me tell you some smart things you can do. You can intentionally come the first time, attend the conference, then you check some things in town. I've been speaking about certain skills that you need to have. So you can move around and find things for yourself. Check on skills that are necessary. You see that? Check them. Check those skills that, Charlie, they are well paid. And you check them, you go to some companies. Charlie, you need to dress well. You see, dress well, not to be in suit. Charlie, the weather is right here, but when they see you, if you are somebody who is doing well, a lot of frustrations are not on your face. When they see you, they will know. Go to companies, tell them, oh, you are this person, you are here for a conference, and you just like the country, and you want to find out what skills they need, how they can employ you. Some of them, they are nice. They will tell you, Charlie, do this, have these skills. If you have these skills, we'll be able to help you with Ilimaya. If you have these skills, we'll be able to employ you. You see that? Come with secondary this in agenda. So once some of these companies will tell you, if you have these skills, we do that, do this, do that. You can even go to some licensed immigration offices here. And some of those people will tell you what exactly they can do to be able to help you. So you know, you have a feel of some of these things. With time, I'll be I'll be interviewing some immigration officers here. Then, when they tell you things you can do for them to employ you, you can go back to your home country. Go and learn that particular skill. Go and learn the skills for 5 months, for 6 months, even up to 1 year, because you are giving 5 years visa. If you've only entered the country for once and you are going to learn the skills for 1 year, it means that you have another 4 years waiting for you. You can learn the skills and do what? Now come back. You book another conference and now come. You see, come to another conference after a year, well prepared, a lot of savings. When you come, Charlie, have you seen the thing? Charlie, the agenda is to break poverty in our countries. The agenda is to at least become better, take good care of our kids, help our family to be able to do well, and help our community. So, Charlie, this is what I've decided to bring to your attention. So this is how we can bring conference visa and get conference visa and do a whole lot of things. I think in the coming days, we'll be talking about how to even come here on a tourist visa, how to come here on a business visa, and all those things. So let me see if there are any questions. No. Race, watching you live. Thank you. Hey, Rock. Charlie, Rock. See, good. Rock is here. You guys, you can see what I'm wearing. This is God Foundation. This is the foundation that we belong. And actually, Rock is the education coordinator for the foundation. So, Charlie, that is it. You can check the foundation on Facebook. It's God M Foundation. You can check it. Next year, we'll be doing a whole lot of donation in my village, Butabe EP Primary School. You can check it. Some typical village. We walk like 2 hours. I used to walk 2 hours to school, 3 hours to school. We're doing some donations there. We have some other schools in the Volta region and OT region to visit. You can check God M Foundation on Facebook, and Charlie, just follow the page. When the time comes, we'll talk about that and see how best we'll be able to help those who are in rural areas who needs just books, bag, sandals or shoes and all those things. And actually, when they are even organizing conferences in terms of non-governmental organizations, you see, and you are part of a foundation, do you know what we can do for you? The executive directors of this foundation can actually give you an introduction letter. Let's assume that Roxanne, who is the education coordinator of God M Foundation, is a professional teacher. He has a bachelor's degree. He has an in-depth knowledge in education. So he's able to manage those who are under the education committee of our foundation. So if there is a non-governmental organization conference in Canada that will be talking about how to maybe help our communities in terms of education, in terms of health, the foundation can actually decide to just sponsor Roxanne to attend this conference in Canada. And the executive directors or the board will even give him an introduction letter. And this will do a whole lot of things for him. So you see that. So sometimes it's good to join these non-governmental organizations. And Charlie, so Roxanne, I see you. Thank you very much, my brother. Theophilus, Charlie, thank you. Theophilus has been doing very well. I've come to realize that, see, sometimes the people who truly inspire you, people who truly value you, people who truly want the best for you, they are not your family. Sometimes they are your fans. I haven't seen Theophilus physically before. I haven't met him before, but Charlie, he's been one of the followers who has been sharing the videos, who ask people to come and watch because I'm sharing some inspiring information. I'm sharing information that are so good. So if you are here, the only thing you can also do is to share the link for people to have access to it. Theophilus, thank you. Please, let's share. Let's share to others as well. You see, he's saying it. All my videos, let's share for others to have a feel of it. Thank you. Then Edmond, hey, good child. Thank you very much. Thank you too. So Evans, though, thanks so much for your update. Thank you so much for your advice. Thank you too. Thank you. I'm grateful. Then, hey, Maunyo Adupo, hey, Sabro, you are doing a great job. Hey, Maunyo, I see you. How are you doing? I'm grateful. Charlie, we need to link up, We need to link up. Then, hey, Tio, I see you. God bless you, bro. I'm grateful. Thank you to bro. Charlie, that is Tio. Charlie, thank you so much. So, guys, that is it. I think nobody has actually asked any question. So, that is it. I think we need to end it here. And I'll come your way again. So please, that is it. Like the video, share the video for others to have a feel of it. Share it for people to have. There is somebody who truly needs this video. There is somebody who truly needs this information to be able to register for a conference and attend it. Somebody needs this information to be able to use this as a way of entering a particular country and do so many things. You see that? So that is Kalin. I see you. Let me see, somebody drop some comments. Okay, so guys, that is it. And those who haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, Charlie, go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, let the channel grow. Facebook, YouTube is telling me that my subscribers on YouTube, they are not up to 50, so they are not able to show the channel to a lot of people. You see that we have less than 50 subscribers on YouTube. So if you are here, you can just go to YouTube, subscribe. Once I come online, YouTube will give you a notification that I'm online so that you don't miss any of our live feed. Charlie, God bless you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace, man.